Beastman.
Skeletor is no doubt a formidable foe, but he would not be the same without his small army of powerful lackeys. The magical genius of Evil Lyn, his second-in-command, the hunting skills of Tri Klops, the arms knowledge of Trapjaw, and the brute strength of Beastman have all served the evil villain in his schemes. Rarely ever successful, but helpful nonetheless. Most of these lackeys were hardly given any backstory in the original Filmation cartoon series, and to fill that void, MV Creations released a series of comic books called Icons of Evil, with each issue exploring the origins of a different villain under Skeletor's employment. Today, we're going to explore the history of Beastman and how he came to work for Skeletor. Written by Robert Kirkman, who's better known as the co-creator of The Walking Dead, Icons of Evil Beastman features the art of Tony Moore, co-creator of The Walking Dead. It is sure to be a blast, so without much further ado, let us dive straight in. Adventures in the job market. As Keldor roams the forests of Eternia, looking for opportunities and employees that would further his dream of ruling the planet, he stops at a shaman's hut. Before Keldor could even ask him something, the shaman claims to know what he seeks. Keldor does not trust his words and clarifies that he's not looking for just anybody, but someone who is strong and savage to aid in his ambitious conquests. He wouldn't settle for any parlor tricks, as he too is a master of the dark arts. The shaman recognizes that and tells him that one day he will grow stronger than him, but that day is yet to come. He asks Keldor to take a peek in his vision pool, as it would clear up everything for him. Keldor has a lot of trust issues though, and he threatens to make the shaman pay dearly if he tricks him. The shaman assures him that his doubt is unfounded, and Keldor peers into the vision pool. Black cowl with glowing liquid inside. In the liquid, he sees a village on fire and a strong, brutish creature, who you and I might recognize as Beastman, throwing carts around and attacking the villagers. Keldor can't help but express his glee at the impressive display of strength. Now trusting the shaman a bit more, Keldor removes his hood with a smirk and asks him how to find the creature. The shaman is the one with trust issues now, as he tells him that until he's paid, he won't utter a thing. That's not a problem for Keldor, and he hands over a pouch to the old man. What Keldor saw in the pool has not yet come to pass. The shaman asks him to head to the village in the west and be on guard at all times, as he can't always be successful in gaining the trust and loyalty of creatures as ferocious as the ones he seeks. The visit to the shaman had been successful in more ways than one. Just being in the presence of the shaman's many talismans and artifacts has boosted his power, and the shaman asks him to use this power boost in his quest. Keldor begins his travel to the village filled with anthropomorphic animals and gets annoyed when his pleasant journey across the woods is interrupted by rainfall. He reaches the village well before sunset and accepts the invitation of a cat bar wench for a drink in the local tavern. He enters the tavern and within seconds he bursts out of the window along with the wolf suitor of the wench. The boyfriend had not approved of Keldor's attention being shown on his lady love and had taken matters into his own fists. Keldor is insulted that he would even think that he has the time for these trivial pursuits. Before he could gain a footing though, the growling suitor jumps on him and tries to maul him while Keldor desperately tries to hold him back. He doesn't have to suffer for long though, as he's lifted off of Keldor suddenly. As he gets up to take a look at his unexpected helper, he sees the creature that he was hoping to find roaring threateningly at his face. Keldor thanks him for the assist, even though he's sure he could have defeated him alone eventually. As soon as Keldor figures out how to control him, he knows that he will be a great addition to his army. Keldor expresses it out loud, telling him that he would make him one of his greatest assets, but Beastman refuses, wanting to taste his flesh instead. Beastman raises his fists to pound Keldor, while Keldor conjures up his magic to defend himself. Intent to prove that Keldor has underestimated him, Beastman picks up and throws him to the ground, but Keldor is a force to reckon with too, and he shoots a magical blast at Beastman's face. Not one to admit defeat so easily, Beastman whips him back and forth at the trees like a ragdoll and throws him down. Keldor summons his staff and uses it to channel his magic at the beast, who is thrown across and lands on a hut. Though he got an upper hand for the first time in the entire fight, Keldor haughtily declares that he's a master of the dark arts, and Beastman must tremble before him. It's not too clear to Keldor yet that he has chosen a really stubborn creature to tame, but don't worry, Beastman will teach that lesson. He rushes over to Keldor and throws away his staff. As Keldor falls back from the sudden attack, Beastman jumps on him and pounds his chest like it's a drum, and he has a rhythm fever. No mortal can sustain such an attack for long, and Keldor is no exception. He passes out, but before he can get rid of this blue-skinned foe for good, he feels tranquilizer darts in his back. When he turns around, he sees a bunch of men shooting darts at him. Beastman rushes at them, but the tranquilizers kick in, and he passes out right in front of them. The men load him up on their cart and make a feast for their king, and decide to take the fainted Keldor with them, as he had the potential to be a good dessert. One minor consolation for both of them is that the soldiers handle them with a lot of care, as their king hates bruised meat. Keldor wakes up snarling in a prison. The prison next to his holds Beastman, who blames him for the situation they've landed in. Another prisoner in his cell brings Keldor up to speed. They're in the kingdom of Trenok, who ruled over all of the Berserk Islands, and they're going to be prepared in front of him as part of the grand festival. With an unnatural calmness, Keldor asks Beastman if that's the fate he wishes to have. Beastman doesn't understand the concern though, as he thinks Keldor would be happy if he died. He thinks he would be happier still if Beastman is killed first. Keldor never wished for that. All he wants is to recruit Beastman, so he tells him to serve him now, as with him, Beastman could escape, but without him, he would die. As Beastman is mulling over the choices, the soldiers arrive to take them down to the feast. With just the movement of an eye, Beastman makes his choice known. Together, the two break out of the prison and run out. They don't exactly know which way leads out, as neither of them own the castle, and follow the door emitting the most light. Unfortunately, it leads them straight into the arena, where butchers and chefs have been waiting around a lit barbecue pit to cook them. A big audience surrounds them, waiting in equal parts for food and entertainment. The king, who ironically is an anthropomorphic hog, orders his men to kill them, and a bunch of soldiers surround Keldor and Beastman immediately. The two start fighting all the men, and when it becomes clear that his food is fighting well, he jumps into the arena himself. Keldor notices the king and sends a powerful magic blast at him, which sends him flying into the stone wall behind Beastman. Keldor smiles, remembering that his powers have grown strong temporarily thanks to the shaman's thingamajigs. Beastman quivers in fear at Keldor's sudden increase in magic powers, but Keldor asks him to join him before they regroup. The two book it out of there while the audience slowly surrounds their now dead king. A nobleman of King Trenok's court announces a reward of untold riches and a hero's ceremony to whoever brings him the head of the Beastman and the weird guy with him. At a safe distance from the arena, Keldor commends Beastman's choice and tells him that he can no longer stay in his house, as his own people are hunting him for killing their king. Now that Beastman has to serve Keldor, he tells Beastman that if they hurry, they can reach a water source by nightfall. Beastman grits his teeth at the audacious words, but he realizes he can't do anything about it. So he kneels down and asks his master to lead on. This was the story of how Beastman came to be a lackey of Skeletor. The art has that early 2000s video game feel to it that I absolutely love. And while I did enjoy the story, something was amiss. Beastman admitting defeat and accepting Keldor as his master so easily when moments ago he drummed his chest with fists like he was the world's most enthusiastic drummer doesn't make sense. Although I guess an argument could be made that Beastman was blown over by Keldor's attack on King Trenok, I'm not that convinced. On the plus side, I loved Beastman's characterization in this, as he's most often portrayed as this dumb hunk of mass. Like, he's all brawn and no brain, and this portrayal was refreshing. My opinion aside, what do you think of Masters of the Universe, Icons of Evil, Beastman? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and if you liked the video, you know what to do. Tap on that thumbs up, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications to always stay up to date with all our awesome content.